Hi Virgo, welcome back to Tarot Wisdom. If you're returning, thanks and welcome. For those of you who have subscribed, I thank you and appreciate it. And for newcomers, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you hear and see today. And I welcome you all to like, subscribe, and share. Also, if you haven't read the May monthlies, if you haven't looked at them, you can take a look at them just to see how it coincided, throughout the month. Since it's the end of the month, you can see, how it connected and with the 3 weekly readings that I had put up. I invite you all to look at your rising and moon signs, because if this sun sign does not resonate, the moon or the rising sign should resonate. It won't hit all people, but it will hit a lot of the collective, a lot of the majority of people. So Virgo, I'm going to get started. You have 2 major arcanas, which is fabulous. It looks like, I'm sorry Virgo, let me start to say this reading is from the 19th of May to actually the last week in May. I put the 19th through the 26th, but it's for up until the last week, since we only have 2 more weeks to go, and I'll be starting the monthlies for June in the last week of May. So let's jump into it. You guys, the overall energy that you guys have is the High Priestess. Yes. So it looks like you guys are well aware of things around you. Your intuition is very, very, very on point this week, or these weeks coming up. It looks like your intuition is on point. Then you are followed up by the World, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Swords comes up. So I think I'm kind of understanding it. I did pull a clarifier for the Ten of Swords to see what that was. So with the World card, that is a completion card. That means it's almost like a cycle is ending. And intuitively, I think you guys know what that cycle is. And I think it's dealings with certain people in your life. You do have the Ace of Pentacles, so it can be concerning a job. But I think it's just certain people or certain situations in your life that you are changing. It's come to a completion. The World card, I mean, it gives you so many possibilities and options, because it's like the end of an era, the end of a cycle, and you're bringing it in with the Ace of Pentacles, which is your material possessions, your money, anything that you hold valuable to yourself. So I believe that the focus has been on money, whether you've been lending a lot out or whether you're just making more now. You could be making a career change. That's very possible with the World card and the Ace of Pentacles. You could be making a positive career change, and it's something that, as the High Priestess energy, you've known it was coming. You've known it was time to make a change. And you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords comes up, and that's like feeling as though you've been betrayed, stabbed in the back, just and it's a mental energy. So I believe in the past, maybe coming up in the next few weeks, you're feeling like someone, some situation has stabbed you in the back, and you're realizing this. You know it. You may not be saying anything, but you realize who it is or what the situation is. You just aren't saying anything. So that's why that card came up, because you know what's going on. Now, to clarify the Ten of Swords, because I wanted to figure out what it was, and you got the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of people got that in their reading in different positions. So clarifying the Ten of Swords, why you had that feeling, is the Six of Pentacles. And you have that Six of Pentacles here because you have been helping people. You have been helping people, and you feel stabbed in the back from them because you do embody this energy of the Ace of Pentacles. You do embody that. But since you have this completion card, which is the World card, and then you have the completion card of the Ten of Swords, you're over it. You're over extending what what you have created for yourself, your foundation. You're through at this time with sharing and going off more than you should with other people, because it has led to this feeling of being, backstabbed, and you're just through with it. It's the end. So you have two cycles that's ending. So it looks like you guys definitely know. Now, whether you're saying anything to the persons or situation, whether you're saying anything, I don't know. Most likely with the High Priestess, you're not telling whoever it is or the situation, whoever's heading this situation, whereas though you felt taken advantage of. You're not telling them, but you know. And you're going to put a stop to it. That's what I see coming up for you guys. So that is positive, that you realize that you cannot help everyone. That some people will try to take advantage of you. Because you do have that foundation and they see it. And being as though a lot of you have good hearts, you were willing to share your resources. And that's, resources, I always say, it could be time, it can be money. In this case, I think it's finances. So, someone didn't do you right, and it could be someone you considered a friend. It could be a family member who is constantly saying, well, you have, so, share a piece of the rock. And you're like, no. You're like, no, I'm done with it. I'm really done with it. This is the end. This is the end of my generosity until it can be reciprocated. And, you're still going to stay in this energy of the Ace of Pentacles. You're still going to stay in that energy because things are totally changing for you with the World card coming up. So you have open possibilities, and I believe you're going to make the right choice in certain situations. Now, like I said before, not only as far as possible friends or relatives trying to take advantage, it could be that you were on a job. It could be a workplace situation, or a school situation where, you know, as far as school, I'll say in college, you're putting out money and you're not getting back quality education. So maybe you're changing schools. Maybe you're like, you know, this is not happening. Maybe, you know, you have to go above somebody's head and explain to them, look, this is not working out. You know, I'm putting out this money and I want quality back. And, you know, right now, it seems like, you know, like I said, you know this with the High Priestess. So it's just a matter of time before you come out and speak your truth. Because most likely people are going to say to you, oh, what's going on? You know, how's everything? You've been acting strange. And really it's not you acting strange, just that they can sense that, you know, you're on to them. So yeah, that's what it looks like. And I still take that as a positive reading, because with that High Priestess as your overall energy, it's showing me that you do know. That you do know. And it's showing me that you will be acting on that to keep your position, you know. And energies do change, but this is just for the next couple of weeks. Energies do change. People change. So, like I said, with that Ace of Pentacles, you'll still be on top. It's just that it looks like you have to say, no, I'm through with this. You know, I cannot go out my way each and every time and not receive anything in return. You know, it's a time and place for everything. So that's what it looks like to me. So now, Virgo, I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Isis Oracle deck, and I want to see if it coincides with your reading and can give you some further advice with what's going on. Because, you know, it's always good to give. But another thing is, with that High Priestess, maybe you can't. Maybe you should be in a position where you know that someone will try to take advantage of you, whether it be work, whether it be school, whether it be family, whether it be friends. And you have to keep what you have close to your chest at the time until you can figure out if they're, you know, for you. But it looks like you've already come into that situation. So I'm shuffling the oracle cards now, and I want to see what comes out. Hopefully it coincides and can give you some further clarification. I hope your month was going well. To all, I didn't say it last week, but Mother's Day just passed. So for all the women, okay, the card came out. For all the women that are mothers, aunts, grandmothers, adoptive parents, foster parents, you know, I hope you had a pleasant Mother's Day. Okay, so the oracle card that came out for you guys is called Goddess of 10,000 Names. Isis. What does it say? Endless imitations of the priestess. Oh, I'm sorry. Endless emanations of the priestess. So let's see how that ties in. And it's weird. You did get the High Priestess. And so let's see how that ties in. Let me read it out the book for you guys and see how this coincides. And I'm getting some more oracle decks, guys, very soon. So by the time your June monthly come around, we'll have some other things to focus on, because I don't read the full description. I just read the paragraph, the first paragraph out of my oracle deck, because the other meanings are like the rest of it is, what am I trying to say? It just like teaches you how to do certain things that, you know, is not necessary. It's just that first paragraph. I mean, if you're into it, you can always buy that Isis Oracle deck to get more information to read further. But I just get the basic information that it's trying to send. So enough of my chatter. Here goes the Goddess of 10,000 Names. Isis, endless emanations of the priestess. Isis, with many names, forms, associations, and expressions, is referred to as the golden 10,000 names. A name holds power. It defines and energizes or limits. The names, faces, and roles that you play are just one part of your being, yet you exist beyond them. You are currently realizing that you are not limited by previous identities you held. Instead, you are becoming more of your whole self. Enjoy the uncovering of even more of you. So yeah, that tied in. It tied in the fact where it says you are currently realizing that you are not limited by previous identities you held. And then you had like 2 completion cards. So you're not limited. You know, you don't have to say yes, yes, yes all the time. So yeah, it does tie in. And you know how a lot of celebrities, they do the name change thing. So yeah, people can go by different names and stuff. So rename yourself, rename your energy. I'm not saying go legally change your name, but rename your identity. As far as if you felt like you have been taken advantage of, you can turn that around. You know what I mean? You can even shift it to people who really need something, need advice from you, need just to sit down and hug, you know, male or female, just, you know, anything that somebody might need and not be taken advantage of. Not that, you know, not that they're taking more away from you than they're actually giving you. And that goes for, you know, you giving of yourself financially, emotionally, and spiritually, because you have to keep yourself intact spiritually. You know, that's at the core of you. And if it has to do with the job, you know, yeah, if it has to come to an end, and I'm not saying quit your job, but if it has to come to an end of you giving, and you're the one that everybody relies on all the time, somehow you have to put that to an end also. You know, you have to draw lines and set boundaries so that you don't become a bitter person. You know, you can be the best person in the world, but when you allow so many people to take from you and you start feeling that bitterness, that is negative. That's why it's important, you know, to draw that line. So this oracle card really tied in. You know, you can change yourself. You can change your name. You can change your name to Mr. or Mrs. taken advantage of, to Mr. or Mrs. given in the right areas. So, you know, Virgo, I wish you a great rest of May. I hope to see you again and talk with you again in June for our monthlies. And, you know, just enjoy. Go with peace and love. Bye.